Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to do a half kneeling kettlebell clean and press into a hip drop. This is a complex exercise, and there are a lot of coaching cues that you should be very familiar with before you attempt this exercise. This exercise is way down in this playlist because you need to know how to do cleans, you need to know how to do presses, you need to know how to do half kneeling clean and presses, and you need to know how to do hip drops before you get to this exercise. This exercise is using the same entrance that we used in a video previously, but we are making the entrance its own exercise. We're always adding one step of complexity. That is the beauty of kettlebells. You can always add one more movement pattern to it, and we are working on movements, not just muscles. Movements are what define humanity, and you should be very good at moving. That is what humans do. That's what this playlist is meant to teach you. Get down to your half kneeling position any way you want. What defines our half kneeling position is about a 90-degree angle in the lead leg with this heel flat on the ground and about a 90-degree angle in our rear leg. If we are not back far enough and this heel is off of the ground, slide your knee back until your knee is over your ankle. That is our good starting position for this exercise. Take the kettlebell, roll it to about the line of the instep of the lead leg. When we pick up the kettlebell, how you pick it up is important. The L of our hand points down and it goes to the corner of the kettlebell. We call that the L of the kettlebell. The L of our hand goes to the L of the kettlebell. Hike the weight back, bring it up to our shoulder. The important part is that our elbow is not sticking out. Elbow is in nice and tight, so our forearm is vertical. If the handle is down at a 45-degree angle, you're probably holding it correctly. If the handle is parallel to the ground and your wrist is bent, it's probably going to hurt. It's going to be very annoying. If you have to, use your other hand to adjust the bell on every rep until you learn to get it to the correct position. Press up overhead. Bring your hand down to the ground. Sit all the way down, eyes up on the bell. Make both arms perfectly straight. Lift your hip up. Bring your knee all the way back to the line of the hand. Orient your body upright. Adjust your rear leg. Bring the thumb down to the height of your collarbone. Push the weight back. Begin a new rep. Clean press. Elbow lock out. Squeeze the tricep. Let the weight drift back behind you. Eyes up on the thing that could fall on your face. Hand goes down right next to your knee. Sit your leg through all the way down. Straighten both arms all the way out. Keep your eyes up on the bell. That is the thing that will fall on your face if you stop thinking about it. Lift your hip up. Heel drives into the ground. Leg comes all the way back. Eyes up even more. Rotate up. Adjust your rear leg as necessary. Bring it down, thumb to collarbone height. Rest here. Clean. Reset the hips. Press. Find the ground. Drop the hip. Lift up. Knee back. Orient up. Weight down. Thumb to collarbone height. When you set the weight down, push the weight back. Drift it back out to set down in line with the instep of the lead leg. Things that will go wrong in this exercise, there's a lot of them. You can start by gripping the kettlebell not in the corner. When you do the clean, that could mean that your grip is in the wrong spot. If the handle is not down at a 45-degree angle, adjust it every time. Don't let your hips be back. Drive your hip forward to make a straight line between your knee, your hip, and your shoulder. You will probably feel a stretch in the front of your hip. That's good, that's fine. Press all the way up. Elbow lock out. If your elbow is slightly bent and you try to do this, it's going to put a lot of stress on your shoulder. Lock all the way out by driving your thumb towards the sky. Put your hand on the ground. The easiest way to do that is to touch the leg, slide down, drift the hand out, and put the palm flat on the ground. Not the fingers, the palm. It's 1 inch further down, but it makes it stable. If you try to do this on your fingers and you go to do the hip pass, you will notice it does not feel good and it probably will not work. Flat palm. Sit the leg all the way through. If you go too far forward, then this foot will lift off of the ground. Only go as far forward as that lead heel stays flat on the ground. Make 2 arms perfectly straight. Lift the hip up just as high as you need to in the beginning and bring the knee all the way back. If you only bring the knee back part way, you will notice it'll be very hard to continue the exercise. Knee needs to come all the way back. Orient up, pause, bring the weight down, pause, rest here. This is the rest position before you reset the hips to start a new rep. For most people, this is a complex exercise. So you want to practice all the individual pieces of it first. You need to focus on your standing clean and press. Everybody should focus on that for probably 3 years. Then you want to work on your clean and press in the half kneeling position. You work on the hip drop separately, and then you work on getting down and doing the hip drop as an entrance. Now we are going to combine the half kneeling with the hip drop. So you will be spending more time under tension. The clean and press actually allows you to endure longer because it allows you to reset the position of your core and it allows your arm a brief second of rest. If you're just doing this with overhead lockout the entire time, as is done in previous videos, then your tricep and your shoulder are always under the same type of load. By adding the clean and press into this, you allow yourself brief respite so that you can learn to endure better. It allows people to reset their breathing, and it allows people to learn to focus longer better. It's a simple idea, but it is not an easy idea. Start with light weights. This is all part of a greater idea called the Turkish Get-Up, and you should work on a Turkish Get-Up program for probably 3 to 5 years. It is its own breakdown version of Olympic lifting, and you can keep working on this with heavier and heavier weight for an extremely long period of time.